Alright. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. So, bear with me. It's been a while since I've streamed. I'm not going to use my camera right now because, long story short, I'm pretty much not wearing any clothes right now. It's like 11 o'clock at night. But I wanted to stream. I wanted to take an opportunity to stream, let you guys know what I have planned, and maybe play a little bit of matches, both on ranked, and if we get a few people, I might do some matches with you guys, if you guys want to. But we're just gonna hop into ranked. If I play, I'm probably not gonna play Hwoarang right away. So one thing I've noticed, especially after getting to God of Destruction, is I don't really feel like I earned it yet. Main reason being because I still have trouble with throw breaking, for example. And there's a lot of things here and there that I really feel like I need to improve on. But with that being said, I do want to try to get a little bit further. I do want to try to improve my game plan and my gameplay, and I do play off stream pretty good amount. The main issue being, for the most part, there's a lot of noise going around all the time in my house. So I figure it's probably best to stream on days like now. There's no noise happening right now. I can take some real time and stream and hang out with you guys. I do plan to be streaming a lot tomorrow as well, and there will be some streaming happening in the near future. It's not all going to be Tekken though. One thing I wanted to do, this is actually something a friend of mine brought up. I'm actually going to try to play the Resident Evil series. I've only ever played the second one remake, and the fourth one, the original. I've never played the others. I might have dabbled in the first one a long time ago, but I don't remember it too much. So I'm probably going to go through those, because if you guys don't know me, I am kind of a wimp when it comes to being surprised like that. I'm going to turn this off for a little bit, just focus. So the idea is basically I would try to... I can't do that and talk at the same time. Basically, I would try to get through those games without quitting, basically, or noping out, because I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to horror games. So I wanted to try those out. I wanted to try to go through my list of games. I have so many games that were suggested to me at one time or another, or just so many games that I have that I played to a certain point and then I just never played again, even if I beat it or not. Mostly not. So I'd like to go back and I would like to replay those and try to actually finish them. I don't need to complete them 100% or anything like that. Excuse me. But I would like to try to finish them. Get from the beginning to essentially the end boss, end credits, stuff like that. And then I'd probably expand further from that. Hopefully, by the end of this year, I can get an actual setup. That would be ideal. Unfortunately, that's a hope more than anything. But hopefully, we can make it happen. But I'm just going to do some warming up. No. See, right? Like you guys might be able to see, like my throw breaking isn't the worst, but it's still pretty bad. And this is where it's like, I feel like I need to get a little bit more practice in. Like, even when I'm in the middle of a fight, I'm not terrible, right? I'll usually hit the correct button, but the problem is I'll end up like hitting it really late, pretty much. So I want to, like, basically what I need to do is increase my speed. See, like that's basically what it would look like. Like, it's always really slow. It's like I can see the throw. Like, I'm at that point where I can see the throw now, but I need to speed up my throw breaking. I'm trying to create a good habit here of hitting the correct button at the very, very least, even if I get grabbed. But sometimes, like a 1+2 break will look like a 2 break, and vice versa sometimes. I don't know if that's just me. It probably is. But sometimes it's very hard to tell the difference, like right there. So I'm mostly trying to get out of the habit of just like mashing a button. I feel like Hwoarang is a little bit easier, only because with his 2 break, you can kind of see the homing property of it if you like really look. Like, let me see if I can. There it is. Like, you can see like how he kind of goes at your, like, you know, the homing property of it, so it kind of gives it away. But then everything else, but I want to take, you know, 5 minutes or so and just kind of practice my throw break and get better at the speed of it more than anything. Like, I want to make sure I'm still not just mashing a random button, because you know, before when I started playing, I would say it's better to hit a button than to try to press nothing. But in the end, it really comes down to, like, if you take the time to practice, you can get somewhere. Like, I'm just hitting the wrong buttons now. That was 1 break. I'm just sitting here just looking at the arms. But you would think almost half a second would be a pretty good amount of time to react, but maybe it's just because I'm old. I can't react to them like I used to. I'm hitting the correct buttons, I'm just slow. That one was not the correct button. That was a 2 break. I'm just all over the place. Alright, let's go ahead and start getting some matches in here. Go ahead and turn defense off. Let's get some combos in here. All right. I do apologize. I'm out of practice when it comes to streaming and talking, so I might stutter quite a bit through like matches and stuff like that. It's not intentional, I swear. It's just I'm just bad at it. Now, when I'm playing like a one-player game and there's not so much like fast-paced stuff, I'm a little bit better at engaging. But when it comes to fighting games, like especially at this level, I'm concentrating very much to not die. So.
Let's go. Round one. Fight. Over here.
Nice. Honestly, I just got really lucky there because I was about to do that move anyways. Called it. All he would have had to do was stand there. But you can already tell this guy just really wants to hit buttons. Alright. Nice. But Like I said, I ended up getting Huang to God of Destruction. I do have that video. I just want to edit it so it's not so much warm-up space. But I want to see if I like, even though I got there, I don't feel like I really earned it the way you used to have to. And I get it. They kind of simplified a lot of things, and they made like a lot of the strong stuff weaker. But I still feel like I didn't like. I still don't feel like I'm really there.
Round
Great.
one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
It's over.
Fight. Round four. Fight. Final round. Fight.
It's over.
Bada bing, bada boom. I don't think Bop is retired. It was a good match. Good match.
Get ready for the next battle.
There was a little lag spikes here and there, but for the most part, it actually wasn't there as much as you would have thought. There.
It's over.
I could definitely. I'll probably play some Horong later, but it'll most likely be in like quick match or something. I'm not. I don't really want to gamble my God of Destruction when I'm still pretty sure I haven't earned it properly. But who knows? Maybe I really am there. I don't know. I don't feel like I really done anything.
Fight. Round 2. Fight.
It's over.
Round 3. Fight.
See, the only thing I don't like about moves like that is like, especially when you delay it like that. Like, I didn't do anything. That should be something that only is natural on counter. But it is what it is. I lost. I want to see.
It's over.
What was? Oh, you know what? Okay.
It's over.
Excuse me. Maybe?
It's over.
I hate it when it does that. It's like, I didn't even. Don't get me wrong, it's nice that we're getting matches every 2 seconds now, but it's like, if I'm in the middle of something It's like right away sometimes. But it is what it is.
Round one. Fight.
Typical law stuff. Yay. I mean, that was so bad. It's like, I'm not. It's already that bad. Like, that's why I was saying, like, when I was fighting against that Horong, it looked like it was about to be bad. But the match itself was fine overall. You know what? I kind of want to play somebody else. I'm pretty comfortable with Nina. But then I can also just say F it and go for Clive. Or I could try to troll with Jack or Law. Or I could try to play a character that takes some skill and go with Reyna. I'm kind of feeling like shutting my brain off, though. That's the thing. You know what? When in doubt, just go with your main. Just go with your main character. Yeah.
Get ready for the next
But I'm
battle.
probably just gonna switch over to quick matches because I don't really want to gamble my rank yet.
Get ready for the next battle.
Tola pickle. I want to try to learn how to play like a very fundamental Horong. I don't really remember, to be honest. I have to look.
Time up. Round two. Fight.
That was a lot of confidence. You're welcome, man. I'm glad my stuff helped. I do plan to update that fairly soon. So, make no mistake, there is something in the works for season 3. Damn, this guy's just getting at me every time. Every time. Yeah. Like I said, I don't remember where that cape was from. I'd have to look. Yeah. I'm just starting. I haven't. Like, I'm still warming up. I haven't played in a while, and I wasn't even initially gonna play Tekken today. But I don't know. I was just feeling it, you know. I was like, right before I put it in, I was like, you know what? Why not? Yeah. The Kunis are better. Like, honestly, I don't think anybody's acknowledging how strong Kuni really is right now. In my opinion, I think she has way too much going for her. Like, if a Kuni player really wanted to, there's really not as much that you can do against her if you don't think she is. I think she's really good. I don't know how I'm not getting this. Like, I think she's stronger than people are letting on. I just think she has too many tools. Especially, like, for example, the mix-up lows. I do think she has too many lows that she can mix up without much effort. And that, like, it's not that her lows are necessarily bad. It's just, well, it's not even just that. It's just that, like, with her lows, like, you got the mix-ups, and then you have, like, 2 or 3 attacks that are with the knife. So, there's, like, nothing you can really do. So, thank you. I don't know why I tried to duck an attack that I knew was a mid. The Kuni, the throwing knife, I think, is actually weaker in this game than it was in 7. I will give it that. I feel like pretty much unless you throw it at full screen, you'll pretty much be at like a spot where you can get hit. But aside from that, I'd have to get into it, and as you can see, my playing and playing and talking is not very good. I hate saying it. It just isn't. I'm trying to concentrate because if I stop concentrating at all, I get blown up. If you can't tell. But I can get into my argument in a bit. Like, it's not that she's necessarily like the best or anything like that. I just don't. I do think she is way too strong. I'll get into it in a minute. Damn. I tried. Pretty much just YOLO'd it. At that point, it's like, why not? You're either gonna lose or maybe you'll win. It's like, I'm not gonna sit there and wait 20 minutes. Like I said, I can beat them, but as soon as I start talking or I lose concentration, I lose. It's they are very good at whatever it is that they're trying to do. Oh damn, they got me just in time. With a knife.
Round 2. Fight.
I cannot do JSR to save my life today.
Round 3. Fight.
I hit 1+2. I was just slow. That was supposed to be a Wall Rising 3. Obviously, that did not come out. It's a good matches. They want another one. I want to do a random stage change.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
Well, it's only doable after heat engage. I swear this guy gets me. Every time I move even a little bit is when they attack.
Fight.
So like right there, you jump over. I hit 1+2, but just really late. Wow, that's what they went for, huh?
Round 3. Fight.
Nice.
Round 4. Fight.
Really? That move really gets out of everything, doesn't it? And they just told me everything I needed to know to beat him.
Round 1. Fight.
Should have guessed. Okay. I don't know what that...
Round 2.
I guess I just had a misinput. What the heck is that?
Round 3. Fight. Round 4. Fight. Final round. Fight.
That's fair. I'm gonna move on though, because I'm bored of getting my butt kicked.
Get ready for the next battle.
But I'll show you what I'm talking about with Kuni though. D Weaver. I'll show you why I think she's stronger than people give her credit for. Like, I'm not saying that she's the strongest character in the game, and I could be biased. I thought I had a custom here. Guess not.
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright, so there's a few things here. I'm not the greatest Kunimitsu player, but even on day one, I was able to do this. Oh, what was it? And honestly, that's not that difficult. Yeah. So, and that's not that difficult, and even if you're not that great, you can always just do this. Still get decent damage for just mashing the 2 button. That's always a big thing. This move by itself, I think, is what kind of makes her broken. This move right here, 2-2. Alright, so why do I think this is broken? Well, again, it does have the follow-ups, which, yeah, the 3rd and 4th hit are highs. What was it? After the 3rd hit, she can mix it up. If you're not ducking the high, she can mix it in with a, stance mix-up. And then the 2 by itself, she can mix it in as well. And then if she thinks you're going to attack, I thought there was something else. I'm pretty sure there was something else. It specifically was like in case somebody wanted to try to duck you, but maybe I'm thinking something else. Oh, yeah, so that's it. So yeah, this move by itself, it's safe at 16 frames. And if you Twitch confirm that it hit, you can go into mix-ups. Forward 4 by itself is ridiculous. +7 on hit, +3 on block. Now this doesn't seem too big of a deal until you realize that the 1 is 10 frames and also -1. Right? So yeah, you can probably sidestep a lot of her options, but when she's at +3, whatever it is, she's mixing you. Right? And let's not forget, after this low, if it hits, you're at 0, right? So you can go for a mix-up. Mind you, she gets the DLC treatment where she has a wall-rising heat engager, which I think probably shouldn't really be a thing. But she, I guess all DLCs are getting them. A nice 15 frame, whatever. Which this doesn't seem too bad, right? A lot of characters have 15 frame launchers. But then she has things like this where she can cancel. And this cancels fast, right? So you would think, oh, you'll be able to see that. No. As soon as she cancels it, she can just go straight into the attack. Like she doesn't even fully cancel it, and you can just start mashing. Right? So even if you guess correctly and you know that she's gonna cancel it, like when I'm using Hwoarang, as soon as I see that move, I duck and I'll try to use my fastest move, Wall Rising 4/4, right when the attack is supposed to come out, right? But she can already have this started only a couple frames after the original attack would come out, right? And let's not forget this. Same idea. But here's the thing. Even with this, the cancel is slower. So it's a little bit more obvious. All right, so getting back into this, you can do this, and boom. Or if you want to try to do a little bit more, what was it? I can't remember right now. I think that was it. So even if you guess right, there's a good chance you're getting a 70 damage combo on you, minimum. Give or take, how good the Kunimitsu player actually is. But, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I abuse the crap out of this move because I think it's really good. It starts off as a mid. Yeah, you're -5, but again, in the time it takes for the opponent to realize that you're canceling, you could already be doing the next move. And if you want to be safe, you just do a Wall Rising 4. Down 1, I think, is kind of broken. It is with a limb, so you can parry it or whatever. But here, even on block, it's -3, and you can hold down to go into crouch. So, with all these mix-ups, you can launch them, or you can go into your mix-ups. And then from back turn, you already know you got your launcher. Oh, my bad. So she gets decent damage, and like she's supposed to be a fast character, right? So I get it, but so that's just a couple examples of what people are doing. And then you got Wall Rising 4, which granted, yeah, you got to be really close, but it's mixed up with this, which, mind you, it does whatever that is. And there you go. Let's not even get into her heat. All right. Okay, let's get into her heat. All right, you can do this. Oh, my bad. Or what was the other one? What was the other one? There's another one, right? I don't need special style. I need heat stuff. Okay. There it is. So you can do... No. Yeah. So you got... Oh, it was this. Okay. All right, and so if you're so this goes back to like the 2-2 thing. So you can do 2-2, and then you can just you know, go like this, or you can. Oh, my bad. I'm not a Kuni player. Sorry. What the crap? There it is. There's that. And it is nice that it's minus 14, but, you know, they're weapons, too. So, you know, not a whole lot you can do about that. It's just, like, her mix-ups are, it's basically, like, the start of Season 2, in my opinion. Like, it's not that her attacks themselves are, like, super-duper powerful, but it's basically 50-50. It's basically when you're fighting against her, everything's a gamble. You know, if you're lucky, you get a pretty decent punish. You don't always get a launch necessarily, but you get something. But in the same breath, it's like if she hits you, you're probably dead. And then she does have, like, you know, pretty good mix-ups overall. Like I said, forward 4 by itself is kind of busted. Down 1, kind of busted. Down forward 3-2, not the actual move, but more like the cancel is kind of busted. Like I said, the quarter circle forward 1 is not as good as it used to be, I don't think, because I just want him to block. Block. Like, even from pretty far away, if I'm not full screen, I'm pretty close. So if they're not, you know, if even like right here, in Tekken 7, if you did it from about right here, you'd stop about halfway. But for the most part, like, even here, Horon can, oh wait, no. Maybe I wasn't far. Like this one right here, Horon can probably manage a 4-3. It might be at tip range, but he could definitely manage a 4-3 there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so I do think this one's a little bit worse. Like, you kind of have to be full screen to not get punished. There are some characters that might be able to capitalize on it if you're about this far afterwards. But for the most part, you know, it is what it is. Sidestep 2, and then sidestep 4. Oh, my bad. Pretty decent. Oh yeah, this bullshit. It is minus 12, but or no, I think it was this one. Yeah, this. Keep in mind, it's hard to do, right? Let me see. What does he have that's minus 14? Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's hard to do, and it's not something you're going to be able to do right away, but it's not so hard you can't learn it. But 14 frame launch punish. Right there. For doing the exact same input as like an electric. It's the exact same. Right? So that's just another example as well. And like, if I were to like really play with Kunimitsu a little bit here and there, I'd probably come up with more crap. And it's like I said, it's not that these things are inherently bad, but I don't know how much you guys watch the main man Sui at all. if you guys do it all. But it's like a character really should only have like 5 god moves, right? This is 1 by itself. 2, maybe this isn't god tier, but it's pretty freaking high up there in my opinion. 3, 4, 5. Let's see. You know, between this and this, then you got, you know, the crouch mix up. Which was it? Oh yeah. This and this. You know, and when you come back here, you got launch, you got down 4, which gives you +5 for whatever reason, down 2. And now keep in mind too, so if you do this right, you can just kind of loop those. It went, so it's like, and like they're not, it's not like these are like, you know, -1 or whatever. These are +5. So your opponent's only going to want to try to guess here. So the opponent does that twice, right? What do you think the next attack's going to be? Exactly. So it's like, you know, eventually they're going to do what you think they're going to do, but at the same time they might not, right? And it's like, she has so many good boosts from crouching, standing, and heat. And then like forward 4 is another god button in my opinion. I think this is really good. Like I said, I abuse this move. I think this on its own is okay. It's not super fantastic, but it's okay. Let me think. This is pretty okay. I can't tell you how many people have done this because it's an unblockable. Her wall game is something different. Wait, my bad. What was it? Wall game's pretty decent. And when your back is to the wall, I don't think she's the scariest person at the wall. I will say that. If I were to pick a character that I'm more scared of when my back's to the wall than Kuni, Horong's up there, Brian, Kazuya, if depending on who's navigating him. Pretty high up there as far as those 3. Kuni's not really up there. Yeah. So, not the worst. Not the worst by any means. But, like I said, she may not be the strongest, but I do think she's stronger than she should be. And let's not even forget this. Let's not forget that. Oh. So, if I do a low, right? Keep in mind, this is -13. But I'm trying to, if I want to do a low, to try to get away from the wall, right? Oh, my bad. You telling me that she can do 72 damage just because I tried to do a safe low poke, safe-ish low risk low poke? And that's not hard at all, because this technically comes out at 9 frames, so you can actually be a little lacking with it and still get it. Like, I wasn't even trying to time it there. Easy. But, like I said, even with all that, she's still not the scariest person. by any stretch of the imagination. It's an interesting concept. It's like, because of the way she is and the way she plays, you do have to know what you're doing. But at the ranks I'm at, if you're playing Kunimitsu properly, you should probably know what you're doing, right? So, and then with her being new and everything like that, she kind of gets away with murder. Let's just do quick match. So that's just some of my argument too. Like I said, there have been times where I'm in a match and I'm like, that shouldn't be possible. And I'm pretty sure I've already forgotten. I do think she's a good character. I like her personally, me. I just think maybe a smidgen tuning down might not be too much to ask. I don't think she's necessarily the strongest character in the game. But I think she is very strong with not enough execution. Like, for example, I do believe that there should be like a balance, right? Like, in my opinion, where is he? I think Lars should be low tier because he's so easy to navigate, in my opinion. Like, for the most part, it does not take much to do well with Lars. He's meant to be that way. Same with, like, Paul. Where's Paul? I'm trying too hard. Right under Lars. Like, with Paul, his big thing is he's easy and he's supposed to hit you hard, right? That's his thing. Like, when he hits you, it's supposed to hurt you. So he, in my opinion, he shouldn't have great frames. He shouldn't have too many mix-ups and stances and stuff like that, but he does. But the main thing is with all that, he is easy to kind of navigate. I'd say if you play 20 hours with him, you probably got a pretty good understanding on how he works, especially with, like, he has his shoulder, he has Demo Man, Death Fist, all kinds of stuff. So I do believe that there should be, like, a balance there. Law, I think they're working on him a little bit. I do think he's okay, in my opinion. He's a representation of Bruce Lee. And even though he is strong, my thing is because they've dumbed him down so much between Tekken 7 and Season 2. Like, they dumbed him more and more per patch. I do believe that his frames need to become worse because he's too easy now. So I think he is can be argued that he's, maybe not as ranked, but pretty freaking close. Dragunov, I don't even want to get into that conversation. Very good damage, very good pokes, not that hard to navigate. You don't even have to use really any of his stuff, and you could probably do pretty well, right? So I do believe they need to tone him down just a little bit. And honestly, if I were to say what they need to tone down him with, is probably going to be his damage and probably a couple frames when it comes to being blocked, or make it easier to sidestep him. But overall, like Brian, for example, in my opinion, is extremely hard to learn properly. You could do decent with him starting out, but to get good with him, you pretty much got to be a Brian specialist. So I think if he is, and some people argue that he is the strongest character in the game, but you have to have the knowledge to do it. And if that's the case, I think that is okay. Because just like in Tekken 7, everybody knew Akuma was the strongest character in the game. Could not be argued, hands down. But it took so much commitment to get good with him to a point that they didn't feel the need to tone him down because it was so hard to get to that ceiling. And with me, I think Brian's kind of up there. I think the average Brian player is probably about as good as like a top tier Horong is, but then a top tier Brian will decimate a top tier Horong, basically, is how that would work. And that's just me. Same with Kazuya. A lot of people might give me shit for it. I do think Kazuya is stronger than people give him credit for. but it's also because he's very hard to navigate. So I get it. Jin, I feel like he's pretty alright. He's in a good spot. He's about mid-tier, and his attack, he has to use his whole kit. I think he's okay. And that's just some of my argument. I don't want to get too far into it. I don't want to be here all day saying, oh, I think about this and this and this, but that's more or less the vibe, I guess, the overall thought process when it comes to that stuff. I apologize if I rambled a little too much there, but oh, my bad. But that's pretty much how I feel about it. It's like, there is work to be done if they really want to, you know, make things more balanced. But overall, I do think Tekken's in a pretty decent spot. The only thing is, I do think they're dumbing down some characters a little too much, while they're not touching other characters that kind of need it more. But that's just the nature of the game. Oh wow, that guy took a real gamble and just paid off for him, I guess. He's just hitting buttons.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay. This guy's kind of a tryhard. Not that that's a bad thing. Really? That was a thing, huh? Okay.
Fight.
I might have to stick with a little bit easier combos
Get
for now,
ready for the next battle.
because I had a couple good opportunities there that I kind of blew. That's not terrible. I do know another combo for like when I don't want to use heat that actually might surprise people. But yeah, one thing I was thinking about doing in the near future is I was thinking about playing the Resident Evil games. Because for those who don't know, I did mention this kind of towards the beginning, but I am terrible. I am the worst at being jump scared. Like I have the worst. I am like the worst, basically. Like I turn into a jerk. That's the best way to put it. See, I'm not a fan of people who play like that. It's like, that's their style. They can do what they want. I get it. But when you play like that, you're really missing out on the thing that's going to make you better. But it is what it is. They basically gave away their thing. I can basically abuse down back 2 and probably win most interactions. call it?
Round 2.
6 characters. I got too close. I'd have to think about that one.
Fight.
6 characters? Zell's definitely a good one. My only problem with Zell is that he's not popular enough. But I do like Zell. I think he's a good character. I mean, there's probably, you gotta understand, a lot of the time when we see these guest characters, like, what's his name? Yujiro, the character that we're all looking to get, he's probably been done for a while. They're probably like working out certain bugs and what's it, like frame data and stuff like that. But, like, for example, Clive Rossfield, before we even knew he was going to be in the game, he was already done and slotted for Tekken 8. He was ready for Tekken 8 before we even got Tekken 8. So Yujiro was probably set up for about a year or so now. They've probably already started working for him. Yeah. Or they probably started already working on him. Right? So
Ready for the next battle.
That's probably why we didn't get Tifa. Because Street Fighter, she was probably already slotted for Street Fighter for probably close to 2 years now. Because as much as, like, I agree with you guys, I would love for Tifa to come in. I'm not a big Tifa fan, don't get me wrong, like I know a lot of people are, but I do believe that with her style, I think that honestly, Tifa should be in Tekken and Yujiro should be in Street Fighter, right? Because Yujiro's attacks and stuff are probably going to be a lot more animated, which sounds like that's where it should be in Street Fighter. Whereas Tifa, now maybe if we hadn't had a remake already with Final Fantasy VII, maybe it'd be difficult. But now that we've seen how Tifa can fight in a remake, like how, you know, she fights in a 3D style, they could take some of those attacks and put them in Tekken, right? So that's why I think that in a way they mixed them up, right? They really should have done it back the other way around. But, and I'm not a Baki fan. I have not watched the anime. I don't know anything about it. So I can't say that I'm exactly excited for Yujiro, but as far as a runner-up is concerned, it sounds like they couldn't have picked a better character. Um, yeah. So, but I guess if I was going to pick a character to come into Tekken, no weapons. I don't want a character with weapons. So that's the tricky part, right? We don't want a character with a weapon. No superpowers. Just a fighter, right? So if I had to pick one out of the freaking blue, because my first thought was Dante from Devil May Cry, but he has both superpowers and because he has or because Tekken loves their bad guys, Virgil. But only because they have like when you go into heat, they turn into like the devils like kind of like Kazuya does. I think that'd be pretty cool. But they have weapons. So it'd kind of be like how Clive is, like a mix of a bunch of different stuff, which I'm not sure I don't mind how they did Clive. I know a lot of Clive got taken a lot of backlash, but I don't dislike Clive. But I can acknowledge the fact that he brings a lot. He brings Garuda, Ifrit, Shiva, Titan. He brings I can't the lightning dude. Rama, and a few other things. So, and it's kind of a mixed bag. No, I wouldn't do Valdo. See, as far as I guess characters, because I respect Mark Haggart's choices. Like Tsunade from Naruto, honestly, in my opinion, is actually a pretty boss choice. Because first of all, she's older, she's a woman, and she fights with her fists primarily. So like in Heat, I can imagine like she uses her ninjutsu to instill. What is it when she uses the diamond on her forehead? I can't remember what it's called, but she basically used that jutsu to go into Heat, and then she'd fuck you up. That'd be something that I think would be pretty cool. I'm trying to think. I don't think I would want somebody from Dead or Alive. There was somebody I was thinking, oh, you know what? Hear me out here, because a lot of people aren't going to know this game very well. But I would like to see what's his name? What the hell is his name? Yakami. Is that his name? Yagami from Judgment. What's his name? Yeah, Yagami. Because we're probably not going to get him unless it's going to be later. But I personally miss Lei Wulong. That's just me. I'm not a main of his, but he's always been like a character I would dabble in. And he's been with the Tekken since Tekken 2. He's like the comedic relief, kind of Jackie Chan vibe. Then there's that Bruce Lee versus Jackie Chan thing that you can have with Law. I thought that was really cool. Because we're probably not going to get him, I would like to see like Yagami from Judgment. Because if you don't know, he has two main styles. He has Crane and Tiger, right? And I'm sure they can mix some other stuff in there, but basically they could probably give him just one of his stances, which I want to say, I could be wrong, it might be the other one, but I want to say is Tiger. And that's specifically meant to be against one-on-one opponents. So he could probably use that, and he's a cop too, or not really a cop. He's a private investigator slash lawyer. So I thought he's a good choice. He probably wouldn't be in the running unless like they were making a new game. So I doubt that's going to happen. Let me see. And but he's also a Street Fighter too. So he could always have like a street fighting thing. I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm not really playing. I'm just you guys are asking some really good questions, and I want to engage with you guys a little bit. I probably should play a one-player game just to kind of pass some time, but I know you guys really don't care for some of the other games that I play. If I was gonna pick a Dead or Alive character, actually, frick, what? Well, hold on a second. Not Dead or Alive. If I was gonna pick a character, right? In my opinion, because it's like kind of on the horizon, it's coming soon. I would put Akira Yuki in this game. That's the main character for Virtual Fighter 6, right? Or Virtual Fighter in general. I would put him in this game just to kind of give us a taste of what he's going to be like. Because obviously he's going to play differently, right? But then they could put somebody from Tekken into Virtual Fighter 6, right? And it had to be like a good character, like somebody who really, like, honestly, if I were to pick a character, it'd either be Kazuya because he's the main bad guy, or Jin because he's the main good guy. But because they have devil triggers, I might go with somebody like Heihachi, who technically has like the aura, but he's technically still human fully. So there is that option. I think that'd be pretty cool. So Akira would be a good second for me, I think. So Yagami and Akira are good options in my opinion. Real question. Let me see what your question is in full. Real question: who is your Tekken series main and worst character to play as? Me, main, Hwoarang. Well, my main is Hwoarang. All right, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think the devs have done Hwoarang dirty for way too long. Not his fighting style. Honestly, Tekken 8 Hwoarang has been a treat. Honestly, I think this is not the strongest he's ever been, but definitely the trickiest, most fair. I feel like there's a lot of like freedom you can have with a character. Like, you basically push a button and something happens. Like, and you could kind of make your own strings up on the fly, which not every character can do, right? So that's what I do like about him. But in the story, he's always second to Jin, right? And I think it gets lost in translation on the fact that, one, Hwoarang is the only character in the entire series who has technically beaten Jin in an actual tournament fight. The only one. Stop talking, Siri. So, there's that. 2, in Tekken 7, Hwoarang, everybody thinks that Hwoarang hates Jin, right? Hwoarang, despite the fact that had no obligation to do so whatsoever, whether he wins or loses, he kicks Jin out the damn way from being blown up by a damn grenade. And granted, I think he kept it, but he more or less gets injured in the process. Right? That doesn't just tell you that he doesn't dislike Jin for the most part. That also shows his character. He's the kind of person that he wants a fair fight with Jin, to be fair, but he would rather put himself in harm's way than than let somebody get hurt, especially when he's in the middle of a fight. So maybe it is a little bit self-centered on his part, but he's done a lot of good shit, right? And then in this game, in Tekken 8, you can go check it out yourself. In the middle, while Jin is like in his internal struggle, right? And Huang is literally egging him on the whole time, and he's not egging him on like you know how you would think. Like he's telling him like stop fighting with yourself, or fight me, get out of your head, stuff like that. He's like pushing Jin while in the middle of a tournament that he's trying to win, but he knows that Jin's not at his best, so he's like talking him through it, right? And then even after Jin finally beats him, Huang is like, I hate that I lost to a weakling like you, because you're fighting the devil. And he hates it. He hates that the whole devil part, because it's what robbed him of his victory. But then he goes around and he says, but it's a part of you. So he's like trying to boost up this dude. Like, Huang is such a good character that is kind of not shown as well in the story as he should have been. But I do appreciate the fact that in the Tekken anime, he was a pretty good co-character next to Jin. Like they were like pretty much bros throughout the whole thing, and even after their tournament fight, it was like beers on the loser and shit like that, or something like that. It was pretty cool. It was humbling. So I think they did him pretty good in the anime for the most part, but in the game, Huang is definitely somebody that, because I know that lore, he's definitely a character I love a lot. And then his play style is just the freedom you get from him. He just does things that no other character can do. So I love that. And he takes work. A lot of people say, it's all about hitting buttons and shit. And to an extent, yeah. But if you really want to get good with him, you got to learn a lot. As far as the worst character, let me see here. Worst character. Is this the whole Tekken franchise or just Tekken 8? Ooh. Let me think. Honestly, I can't really recall. I know there's a character in there that I'm not remembering, but if I had to pick a character right this second, my number one most disliked character is gonna be Alyssa. I don't care for how she is. Her play style is not the worst, but I just think she's too... There's something about her I just don't like. It's hard for me to get into details. She's just... No, I lied. I remember now. The worst character, the one that annoys me the most, is Josie from Tekken 7. She annoyed the living piss out of me. She was so annoying. Not to fight against. She wasn't hard to beat. But I hated, like, the whining, the crying, the acting like a 5-year-old when she won. It was just like... And she had no real redeeming qualities. Like, she was a model and a kickboxer. Or a Muay Thai fighter. Awesome. But the problem is that outside of that, it was always like she was like basically just lucky to be there, was what her attitude was. So it's just like, and then the whining, and then I feel like they really missed the mark with her. She was just annoying. But her fighting style, like if it wasn't for the whining, I probably would have played her because I did like her play style. I just couldn't stand her the way they created that character. But then, yeah, a close second is definitely Alyssa. Um, she's just too cutesy. I don't care for the whole cutesy thing. I'm an anime lover. I like anime. Don't get me wrong. I do watch my fair share of anime. And it's not so much that she's animated because she's a robot. She's an android. She's supposed to be a little animated. I just think she's a little too cutesy for my taste. Like even Xiao Yu, she is kind of in that trope as well. You know, cutesy vibe. You know, one of her wind poses is literally her like prancing away with the peace sign and stuff. I'm not a fan of that stuff like that. It's just, you know, it gives her character, and I honestly I don't know what it is about Xiao Yu. She doesn't annoy me all like that, even though she does the same crap. But I think it's like, I think it's just the way they present it, maybe. Yeah, Xiao Yu doesn't bother me all that much. Lily used to piss me off, and then I kind of got over it. I actually don't dislike Lydia. I think Lydia is a really good character. JC? I don't know who the girl's name was, but I want to say the wrestling name was JC. I guess I can play some Xiao Yu. I haven't played Xiao Yu in a good while. When was the last time anybody's seen Xiao Yu? I am going to take a minute to maybe practice a couple things. Okay. That was it. I feel like I'm missing something there. Okay. I feel like she has... I would love for Mokujin. I want Mokujin or not Combot, Mokujin. I want Mokujin. You know, because I like dabbling in a lot of characters, and like if I were to set up a room right now, one of my favorite things to do is just have everybody pick random. It doesn't matter if you go with the character or not. Winning and losing doesn't matter. But when you hit random, it's luck of the draw. Sometimes you get a good character, sometimes you get a bad character. And it's just, you can just turn your brain off because you don't know what you're doing. Do the basic stuff, and I do think that stuff's really good for like learning the fundamentals. Because when you don't know a character, what does every character have? It has a one punch, a one punch man. You get, the 10 frame jab, generic down forward 1 for most characters, down forward 2, some kind of a low poke. You can do pretty decent with that stuff. And for the most part, you should be able to come up with like even just a beginner combo. For the most part, you don't need much. I can't remember. Oh man, I forget it. But like I said, for the most, oh yeah, that's right. So like even this, maybe not that. You know, usually characters are a little bit easier to figure out. But usually something like this. And that's all you need. You know. But yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do is just, but nobody wants to do that anymore because you get like 2 matches in and maybe I got lucky 2 times in a row, right? So I whooped your butt 2 times. And you're like, dude, I'm sick of losing, I'm out, blah, blah, blah. And then nobody ever wants to do it again because of that bad experience. But it's like, sometimes you get a good experience and sometimes you get a bad experience. Whatever happened to just good old-fashioned co-op or couch co-op or couch fighting where you get 2 people in a room, you just fight or play or whatever. And, you know, you can't really do that now. But what you can do is you can kind of even the odds up a little bit. I don't know every character in this game. You just watched me. You just watched me have to go through the move list to find out how I can do a screw attack. So I don't know every character. Don't get me wrong. I did that because I didn't know a screw attack from her facing forward. Because you guys obviously saw me do a combo beforehand. But that just shows you, like, there's definitely going to be a character or 2 in here I don't even know how to do a screw attack. So I just kind of have to guess. So, but since I actually do seem to have a couple of you guys here, you guys don't have to if you don't want to. But would you guys maybe want to get some matches in? You don't have to do the whole random thing if you guys don't want to. But, you know, I'm not really feeling try-hardy, you know? And I feel like because I'm in the Tekken God area, the only way I'm really going to win is if I focus and I you know, try hard more or less. And I'm just not in that mood tonight. If nobody wants to, I might change games. What that game is, I'm still on the fence about. But that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, you don't need a PS5. But it's cool, I get it. It's just, you know what I could play? A game I haven't played in a long time. I might play Metal Gear. Because I used to be able to speed run that one, right? I used to be able to beat Metal Gear in like less than 2 hours. Dude, I don't know how you would survive. Like, I can't play video games every day. Most of the time, I don't even get to play the games until the weekend, like now. Because of the way my life has turned out recently, which I'm not complaining about. But for a gamer, I get to the weekend and I am, what's the word? Like sweating bullets trying to get to the game. Or more or less. So if you don't have a console, man, I am sorry. That sucks. I think I need to play something different. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I got Spyro. I got Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy. I do got UFC 6, but I'm not big on playing online on that game. I'm just not. I do got Street Fighter 6. I got, oh shoot, I have 007 First Light. That might be a game to play, but I'm sure that's going to be story based. So there's going to be a lot of times where I have to sit here in silence. Expedition 33, I love that game. There's Mad Games Tycoon, which is kind of like it's just like a simulator where you pretend to be a game developer. There's a few games on here actually. I got a lot of Final Fantasies, all three main Metal Gears, some probably games that nobody's ever heard of, some very classic PS1 games. Um, I got Diablo 4. Any suggestions? I'm sure I got more than that. There's Demon Souls. There's Scarlet Nexus. Thing is, I don't want to get. I'm hesitant to get into like the bigger games, like Lies of P. I started to do a playthrough of, but then like I just lost time, you know. And by the time I came back to it, I forgot half the controls. I forgot how to do a lot of the stuff. So I feel like I have to start over just so I can kind of get back to it. Um, I don't know, man. I'm open to suggestions though, if you guys have any. Uh, I do have Resident Evil Requiem. What PS1 games do I have? Give me a second. I may not be able to see all of what I have, but I can tell you now. I have The Last Remnant. I don't know if that's a PS1 or a PS2 game, but it was remastered for PS4. Um, let's see. I have Dark Cloud 2, which I'm pretty sure was a PS2 game. Um, let's see. Star Ocean Till the End of Time. That was a PS2 game. I know you asked for PS1 games, but um, Medieval, the remade version, I actually need to play that one. That one's actually really fun. I might actually play that one. I know that one was for PS1 originally, but I got the remastered version. Um, I have Attack on Titan 2. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going through my collection right now to kind of give you a better answer. I scrolled all the way to the bottom um, to see what I have. So I'm kind of just looking. Um, Legend of Dragoon is one of my favorite games ever, and I have it. Um, I have Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not kidding. I have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remade versions, which I don't personally care for those ones that much just because they do have something of the old flair, but they're not the same. Like I said, I have Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, the trilogies. So technically those are remakes, but they are from the PS1. I have Onimusha Warlords, which was a PS2 game. Um, where are all my PS1 games? I have, like I said, Metal Gear series. So did I miss some of them? Because there's some in here that should be here. Oh, I have Wild Arms 2, which I love that game. I actually do mean to play it. I don't know what this game is, if it's a remake or a remaster, but I have this game called Resonance of Fate. Um, but it's like it's kind of it's got a lot going for it, but it's an interesting one for sure. Um, I have Final Fantasy 8, 10, and 10-2. I have Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 12, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5. I have Bully. I have Bully. So I have quite a list. Yes, I have played Twisted Metal. I thought that was a really honestly. They need to bring that shit back, like updated, because I think they did like a port over, but it was the exact same game. Like nothing was changed. Um, but they need to like do like a PS5 version of Twisted Metal, or something of that nature. Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, I might play something like that. Because my thing about Tekken right now is I'm not really in like a competitive mood right now. If that wasn't obvious, I'm just trying to shut my brain off for a little bit. But I wanted to talk with you guys. Every time I put on a stream, a good handful of you guys show up and talk to me for a couple hours. Um, I like having good conversations, good chats. Um, but I'm just not in the mood for Tekken. I think, it's not that I'm not in the mood for Tekken. I'm just not in the mood to try hard in Tekken right now. I feel like the only way I'm gonna win is to try hard, and part of that is my own fault. I don't play as much as I used to, and like things like my throw breaking suck, my reactions to like mid high strings suck, my whiff game sucks. Like I have a lot that I need to improve on, which is why I don't. Which is why I don't know how I made it to God of Destruction personally. Um, like I said, when I got it, I actually went into my Discord and I was like, I got it. I don't care if it was luck or skill. I got it and I'm keeping it. So that's why I'm not gambling with it. I'll play any other character on ranked. Drop me down to Bushin. I don't care. But I ain't losing my God of Destruction anytime soon. When I get Bob though, when we get Bob, you bet your ass I'm gonna get him the freaking God. That is one character you will find very quickly. I know way more than I should with him. Roger, I really don't care for too much personally. I feel like Roger. Um, I feel like they could have done somebody better than him, honestly. But Bob for me is okay. Um, I think I do want to play some Metal Gear. I think I'm gonna play some Metal Gear.